Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about Amazon Relational Database. Is it called RDS? So, so what is Relational Database? Relational Database, if any, for example, if you have a SQL query, if you're writing anything, SQL statement, there is a two type of data. One is relational database and the non-relational database. Relational database comes, so Oracle is the relational database and SQL Server is the Microsoft SQL Server, the relational database, and Postgres and MySQL and MariaDB. These all are called relational database. When you go to non-relational database, MongoDB is non-relational database and DynamoDB, Amazon DynamoDB is a non-relational database. Okay, this is the difference between the these are the relational database and non-relational database. So what is basically Amazon RDS? Amazon RDS is nothing but Amazon come up with different name. In that name, they are running with different engine versions. Oracle engine version, Postgres, MySQL, Mario, and SQL Server. Okay, so what is the benefit if you use the RDS database? See, basically RDS database, when you set up RDS database, we don't want to worry about any database maintenance. It's going to change a lot of things when you move to the RDS. So especially the DB work, daily work is going to is going to come down to, let's say for example, when you're working with the relational database on premises, you are spending 5 hours every day with the relational database, Oracle database. When you move to the RDS environment, you are not going to spend much time. You just need to use the database. That's it. You don't want to worry about anything hardware things. Hardware things means database level patching and uh, patching and backups and any hardware provisioning. Such kind of things we don't want to worry about anything. In earlier, when you have a issue something in server level, server level, if you have any issues in the server level, so OS team has to involve. They have to fix the issue, then get the downtime for database, and if you have any storage issue, storage teams involved, they have to do something. Those kind of things not available. That's those kind of things we don't want to worry about anything in the when you move to the relational database. Such kind of work there is no more in when you move to the relational database. Okay, especially patching and backups and hardware provisioning and scale up. Scale up means optimization, memory, hyper performance. These are all things we don't do. Just a fraction of seconds. If we have issues, okay, let's say for example we have memory issues. Okay, this memory is not sufficient for the this database. What do we do on premise? What we need to check with the OS team, and they will add more CPUs, more memory for the server. Then get the downtime for the database. They will add the extra resource for the server. Then start the application. Such kind of things is going to involve such kind of things was involved. Now when you move to the RDS, just as a we don't want just to change the instance, like that's it. It's a fraction of seconds. We don't want to work with any other team members. You can do yourself only. That is the beauty of the uh, RDS database. Okay, so what we'll do, okay, and the other thing is high availability. The main advantage high availability and security and compatibility. Okay, what is mean by high availability? They have in Amazon relation database, we have option called multi-agent. Okay, what happen is when we have a availability zone, when you create a database, we have option called multi-agent. Multi-agent means if when you create the database in single one availability zone, okay, the same database is going to create in another region as well. And sorry, another availability zone. What happen is the- one region have multiple availability zones. If one availability zone went down, the other availability zone available for the application. That is called available. That is called failure concept. One region database down, the other region automatically available. But we don't want anything in on premises. What we to do? We have to switch the application to standby database. Such kind of something manual setup which is going to involve when we move to the failover. But in RDS database, we don't want to do anything. It automatically failover the application to other available regions. Okay, let's go back and see let's go back and see how we are going to create the database and how we are going to do patching and how we are going to take the backup and how we are going to upgrade the database from one version to lower version to higher version. These four tasks which are going to perform today. Okay, this session. Okay, let's go ahead and console level. Okay, you can see you can follow the document here. If you want anything, you can see the Aurora database, Postgres, Oracle, MySQL, MariaDB. You can see the benefits, easy to admit. There is no administration task and high scalability. You can scale up and scale down whenever you want. Scale up means, if you scale up means you will get a more memory, more CPS. Scale down means you are going to reduce the, okay, we are going to reduce the resources. Okay, and available and durable. If you come to the fast and secure, and there is a bunch of features available for relational database. Especially we don't want to worry about in backups. Even for 10 terabyte database also, backup is going to take less than 30 minutes, less than 1 hour. And that is a, that much fast we have. If you run the backup in 10 terabyte, it will take 24 hours of time. Okay, that much fast. Okay, let's go ahead and create the database. You can see Amazon relational database here. You can see the, these are the things, database and query editor. Even we can see the queries, what are the queries running. We need to enable the setup into the any database RDS and performance. And it's something like monitoring. We can monitor the database and snapshot. What are the snapshot? When you click on the when you take the backup, we can see all the snapshots here, and scheduled backups and reserved instance, and there is a couple of things which is involved. I will talk about one after one, and subinputs and parameter groups and option groups. I will talk about one after one. Okay, let's go ahead and create the database first. You can see console here. At the moment we don't have any database. I'm going to create one database now. Okay, now I'm going to create the database. You can see there is a choose database creation method. One is standard creation and easy create. Okay, okay, I'll go with standard create. Why? Because easy create. Okay, we do first we'll go standard create, then you can understand. You can understand more. Okay, so you can see engine option. Okay, engine option is Amazon Aurora is available, MySQL, Maria, Microsoft SQL Server, and Oracle and Postgres. Okay, okay. When you log in, okay, I what I will do, I'll go with Postgres. You can go with anything. It doesn't matter. Even if you go with Oracle also, we can go. Even if you go with MySQL also, I'll go with Postgres SQL. Okay, so at the moment you can see version here. You can pick up which version we want. Postgres. Okay, this is the latest available tool. Okay, what I will do first, I will go with first I will go with first I will go with uh, first I will go with 10 point 10.2 10.1 10.12 -r1. What I will do once I create this bit, I'll proceed with patching. Then I will update the database to 11. Okay, 11 or 12. Okay, then you can understand. Okay, there is a two options, template and production and day one test environment. I'll go with free tier. Okay, if I check on free tier. Okay, so if you select on you can DB instance identifier. What is the DB instance? Okay, I'll keep it as a dev sales. Uh, I'll keep it as a post grace. So you can keep it anything, doesn't matter. I'll keep it as a to understanding. This is considered as a dev environment. This is the product name which I'm in sales. Okay, you can say like that, so that people can understand. People can understand. That's why I went to the, okay. If I scroll down below, okay, this is the master username. Master username, let's say for example, when you move to the uh, master example, these are admin user which we are going to create as part of the database, but you can keep it anything. What I will do, I'll keep it as a postgres dev. Okay, you can keep it anything. Okay, you can keep it as a postgres admin, it doesn't matter. I'll keep it as a postgres dev. Even if you can keep postgres also, it doesn't matter. Even you can keep it your name also. Okay, it's not going to happen. Okay, it's not going to accept the hyphen. It's in use the dev. You can see. Then I'll keep it as a password here, my standard password. If you want auto generate also, we can use. Again, I'm going to confirm the password. Okay, if I scroll down, here we have to select the DB instance type. What is mean by instance type? Instance, there is a three options available. One is standard class and memory optimization and busted classes. We'll talk about later what is these instance classes. Let's say for example, if I select the DB T2 micro, we are going to get the 1 CPU and 1 GB of the RAM. Okay, there is no EBS optimization. Okay, when you optimization all the things, when you move to the memory optimization, we'll get it optimization. That I will talk about little later. First, I'll go with the D2, DBT2. Even if you want to change, you can change it also. But if you move to the DBT2 small, so what we are going to get 1 CPU and 2 GB RAM. Okay, that's it. Saying password, confirm password is wrong. Let me add again. Okay, If I scroll down, I'll go with the DBT to micro, which is a free tier one. It's not going to chargeable anything. Okay, here there is a storage options available. Storage option general purpose and provision IOPS and magnetic. There is three storage options available. If you go general purpose, that's a standard SSD, which is sufficient. If you want more IOPS, if you go with provision IOPS, but it could be provision IOPS is very expensive. And even when you take the backup also, database backup also, the backup snapshot also coming with provision IOPS, so that could be more expensive. So we'll go with this one. Okay, let's see how it goes. Okay, and I'll go 20 GB is sufficient for us. So minimum would be required 20 GB. So maximum it will be 16 terabyte. Okay, RDS database is going to support, any RDS database is going to support 16 terabyte. So I'll go with 20 GB, which is which should be minimum requirement for the, if you want to create the relational database, any relational database, Oracle or MySQL or Postgres or any relational database. Okay, enable storing enable storage auto scaling. What does mean? Okay, this feature will allow the storage increase once the specified threshold is reached. For example, if database storage reach 90%, it automatically increase another 50 GB or 100 GB. That kind of setup you want to set up. Okay, if you use margin threshold, when you reach this one, it automatically extend. Okay, so I don't want this one. Why? Because we are using for the only for the demo purpose. So even if you want in real world, let's say for example we have a, okay, for example database some storage reach 80%, we don't want to go and add the storage manually, so it automatically it will extend the, it will scale up your storage automatically. You don't want to do anything from our end. Okay, so that kind of threshold we have to set up, whether we will go with 70% or 80% or 90%. Based on that, it will automatically add the RDS database. That is a uh, storage scaling option. Okay, so availability, here you can see that multi availability option. So when you create the database, this is a free tier one, we don't have multi availability zone option. When you select this one, what will happen is now we are creating the database in one availability zone, the same database is going to create another availability zone. But one thing here, when you select the multi agent, okay, what are the transaction is going to happen, it will be available in another availability zone, it can be running in the same database, but we don't have access in the to other availability zone. So we can access only one availability zone, we cannot access as two places. Okay, two availability zones. So always we are going to connect one, but when we have one availability, when we have a problem with one availability zone went down, so it automatically application fail over to the other availability zones. Okay, but the bottom line is your database is going to run multiple availability zone, but you are going to access only one availability zone at point of time. If I scroll down connectivity, here I'm going to select the network virtual private cloud VPC. So I'll go with default VPC. Okay, at the moment. Okay, this is the subnet which I'm going to select here. Subnet I'm going to select the default subnet. Okay, public accessibility. Yes, yes means if you have public that's not recommended anymore. Always we want to create the database in public accessibility. No only. Okay, that is not recommended. Why? Because the database is always the private subnet. Okay, should not be public anymore anywhere. Okay, choosing the existing okay, here we have security group, I'll go with the default one. I don't want to go with, we have a lot of it there, but I'll go with the default security group. Okay, if you come down availability zone, you can see availability zone, I'll select as a 2A. What happen is if you, when you select this option, I show, when you select this option, now we are trying to select the create the database in 2A availability zone. The same database is going to create 2B as well. When you select a 2B, it will create the database in 2A as well. Okay, this is called multi availability zone. Okay, if you scroll down below, the all the things should be fine. And what is the additional configuration? If I click on additional configuration, if the database port required should be 55432, it would be the default port for the PostgreSQL database. And if you some additional configuration, let's see what is going to. So here database option. So option group is nothing but if you want to set up any extra options, we are going to set up the option group. Okay, here the Postgres parameter, I'll talk about what is maybe parameter group. Parameter is nothing but what are the parameters which you require to set for the database level, and that is called parameter. Okay, what is parameter? The session level or memory settings, these kind of session parameters which you are going to set, these kind of will called as in Amazon real relation database, that is called parameter group. Okay, if it's an backup, enable backup automatically. If you can see backup retention here, so we can see backup how many days we want to keep the backup. I don't want to keep this is only for temporary, I'll go with 1 day backup. Okay, so keep it as a 1 day retention. It depend upon what happens is if you select this retention 1 day, every day it will take the backup. After 1 day the previous backup is going to delete. Let's say for example if you select 4 days, what will happen now, it will keep the only 4 days backups. After 4 days it automatically delete. We don't want to worry about anything. Okay, that's a way, that's a beauty actually. So it automatically delete the backups after 1 day. Okay, you don't want anything. There's a here. Okay, if I scroll down, copy snaps, copy tags, all the things, enable performance, it doesn't require all the things for only for the. Okay. Here backup window, if you want to specific backup window we can select. So when do we want to take the backup, we can select the backup window specific time, but I don't want any preference at the moment. Okay, I'll show you. If you want specific run, let's say for example I want to take the backup, I want to take the backup every day 6 o'clock after business hours time, we can go ahead and run the schedule the backup window after 6 o'clock here, depend upon. Okay, I'll go with no preference at the moment. If you want, I will show you. If you, let's go select the backup window. Okay, I'll select as a every day 4 o'clock. Whether it could be okay. Every day 4 o'clock. I want to run the backup. Okay, okay. That's all. Okay, auto minor version. Enable auto minor version upgrade. Automatically upgrade the new minor version. Minor version means nothing patching. So what happens is during the maintenance, so it automatically apply the latest patches. That if you want, you can set up. Otherwise, I don't want. I'll disable this one. It's depend upon. It's what happens is every database of maintenance window default will come. What will happen is when you have any, if you enable this option, Amazon will release the patches. Amazon, let's say for example, Oracle is going to release all the patches, that Amazon is going to place all the patches in the Amazon console. So automatically when you come out the new patches, automatically it will go into apply the patches. But again, we have to set up the maintenance window. If you don't set up the maintenance window, it's not going to apply. Okay. So I don't want this one. So if we come down, scroll down everything. Okay. I'm going to create the database now. So the password showing wrong. Let's come down, create the database. Now you can see now DB identifier will come up like this. Okay, now we can see here database is going to create, doesn't matter that one. Let's take it over this one. Now database is going to create. This will take few minutes of time. This will take uh, between the 10 minutes of time around, hardly. You can see it's creating. You can see the network here. This is the VPC. We are going to, these are subnets, and this is security group, and these are the stuffs. When you come down, you can see the monitoring. Monitoring, we can monitor the database only here. Is some, what is the CPU utilization, what is the DB how many DB connections available. But if, for example, if you connect 100 people connect to the database, you can see how many connections available. What is the free storage available? If you scroll down, write up free memory and read DevOps, write DevOps, you can see all the things. These called monitoring. So if you come to log files, so if you want to see any logs for the database level, you can see logs. It will come log files. Once the DB is created, we can see all the log files. This is called the alert log file for the database. If you go up configuration, this is the configuration basically. So okay, now I am creating the database engine for 10.12. We can see the DB name here, and this is the called DB instance identifier. This is the memory which I am using. If you scroll down, you can see multi-agent. If you scroll down, you can see multi-agent is no. Why? Because I created without multi-agent. If you create with multi-agent, you can see option called here yes. Okay. If you can see parameter group, all the things, and here maintenance and backups. If you can maintenance and backups, you can see auto miner version which I disabled. If you want, you can enable. So you can see backup retention as you can see backup window. I keep it as a 1 day. So backup window every day 4 o'clock it will automatically trigger the backup. So between the 4 to 4:30 it will trigger the backup any point of time. Okay, that is called all the configuration settings. Okay, if you go and see here, it will take 5 to 10 minutes of time. So meanwhile, I will explain what is this. So here, if you go and see here, the backups, all the backups is going to come up here. If these are the manual backups. When you take the backup, you can see manual here. System backups is automatically scheduled backups. It will automatically come up here. Okay, and automatic backups here. You can see here now active backup. There is a backup. Dev Postgres is going on backup now. Okay, this the one backup is going on now. I think backup is going seems T2 micro. Yeah, it's creating. Once creating, it's going to take the backup. Okay, that's a automatic backup. Then reserved instance I'll talk about later. So these are the called parameter group and option group. Okay, when you select this one, okay, these are okay. If you can see parameter, what is parameter? You can see what are the Postgres database available. What are the parameters? You can see timeout parameters and all the things. Authentication timeout, no expire analyze. These are the database level parameter groups. If you want, you can set up. If let's say for example, if you come back, if you want to create any specific parameter, but the thing is one thing you need to understand here, the default parameter group, when you create a default parameter you can't modify. let's say for example let's say for example this is the parameter group available. I want to change something. If you select this one, okay, parameter group, you don't have any option edit here. Okay, the if you want to change any specific parameter, I want to change this arc command to different location, but you can't change that one. So what happen is in that case, what you need to, go ahead and create the parameter group again. What is the parameter group which you want to create? Which engine you want to create? Let's say for example I am using the, what is the Postgres, which version I am using? 10, I am using 10 point something. Okay, group name you can keep it anything, Postgres 10, and description also you can keep it as something. If you create parameter group, okay, I create the parameter group. This is the parameter group. If you select this one, you can see there is an option called edit. Okay, if you go on, let's say for example, I want to change the RQ timeout. Okay, what are the timeout value? If you not this one, if I scroll down, so I want to change some value. If you select this one, okay, select this one. What are the option? I'll keep it as a one. If you go on to save the changes, okay, it's automatically change the save the. You can see automatically it will change the uh, if you go back and see again, if you click on this one, if you come down, you can see value is 1. Okay, that's why we have to change the parameter group. Okay, so default parameter we can't, it can't be editable. So again, every if you want to, they always go with the best practice. You have to create the one parameter for each individual database. You can set the parameter. That is always the good practice. Okay, and the option group is nothing but if you want to specify any option, this also default we can't do nothing. We have to create the option group. When you create the option group, what will happen? Let me create the option group. So if you create the option group, okay, I'll create as a Postgres 10 OP option group, and I'll keep it as a description OP and engine. What is the engine version? What is the engine we are using? If you scroll down below, where is the Postgres? Maria and SQL Server. So SQL. So we don't have any option for the PostgreSQL. So I think we have to use the default Postgres only. Okay, that is a Postgres. Mm, okay, that is the okay. Let's go back and see what is going to happen for the database. If I close this one, you can see backup is taking now. Okay, database creation completed. Now automatically it will take the backup. You don't want to take the backup. Generally, when you create the database, before doing anything, we will take the backup. But once you create the database, automatically take the backup. If you want to see the backup progress, let's click on here, left hand side, go to the snapshot. Okay, this is not a manual snapshot. When you are going to take manually, that is called manual snapshot. This is system. Okay, automatically it take the backup. You can see here. Okay, database created successfully. You can see the snapshot. You can see is status available and progress is completed. So it means backup is available and database created successfully. Okay, you can see database created successfully. Okay, let me pause the video. Now we are success. You can see now database got created successfully. So you can see everything database available. You can see status is available. Now if you want to connect the database, how we are going to connect? Let's click on this one. Okay, every database have endpoint. It doesn't matter which version we are using. This is the database endpoint. The endpoint is nothing but a host name. Okay, let's take the endpoint and what is the port we are using? 5432 is the default one. If we go to configuration, what is the master username mentioned? Postgres-dev underscore dev. You can use this one. Open the pg admin tool to connect the database. Let's click on this one. When you click on here, you can click on this one, create and server. Okay, keep it here. DB name Postgres. hyphen dev. Okay, keep it anything. You can go to the connection string. Okay, connection. You can give the host name here and the port name. What is the ma- DB name is the Postgres default. What is the username which what you are using? Username would be the this one. Go to the Postgres. Where is Postgres? Okay, is the Postgres. Mm, username Postgres and give the password here. Let's let's say connect. If save, it automatically connect. Okay, that's how we need to connect the Postgres database. Okay, let's say for example, if you want to, if you let's say for example, if you want to take the manual backup, how we are going to take the backup? Okay, if you click on here, okay, uh, here there is a option called take snapshot. Okay, when you use the snapshot, okay, okay, let's say snapshot, I'm going to keep it as a backup name, so you can keep it anything. Okay, I'll keep it as a dev sales hyphen you can keep it as a backup. You can keep anything hyphen sales. Okay, hyphen backup, you can keep that one. When you trigger this one, take a snapshot. Okay, now we can see here you can see system is automatically taking the backups. When you go to manual, you can see all the manual backups is going to take here. Why? Because that we triggered manually. Okay, this girl. Okay, you can see 0% is progress as of now. This will take few minutes. It doesn't take much more than few minutes. You can see the progress here. When you do anything, you can see obviously, you can see status here, it automatically taking the backups. Okay, you don't do anything. When you run the backups, it automatically take the backups. You can see the status always. Once backup completed, you can see status is come back available. Let's go back and see how much time, how much is okay, still taking 0%. It will take a few minutes. Let me pause my recording. You can see now backup status is completed. You can see the progress is completed. Okay, the backup is completed, the manual backups. You can go back and see. You can go back and see. Still it's not coming out. It will take 2 minutes of time to come out. Status has to change the status. You can see backup is completed successfully here. So let's go back to the databases. Yeah, now the status got changed. Now the status is enabled. Now what we're going to do, we have done the database creation and how the manual backup is going to run, how the manual backup is going to take, and how the automatic schedule backups will take. Now what we are going to apply the patches for this database. If you go and see what is the database version at the moment which you are using, now the database version, if you want to see the what is the uh, if you scroll up a little bit, you can see this is the 10 point engine version we are using 10 point. Okay, engine version we are using 10 point. Now what we're going to do, we are going to uh, we are going to update this apply the patches. We'll see. Let's go ahead and modify. When you create the database, what is the 10.1.2 something which you selected? And now what I'm going to select next release one. If you say modify, okay, you can see there is a 10.1.2 R1 which you selected. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this one 10.13. Okay, if I select this one, okay, let's see what is going to happen. If I scroll down all the way, okay, when you do the patching, they always recommend you to take the backup. That's why we take the manual backups. If I come down, scroll down below all the ways, we don't want to change anything. We just want to pick up which one we want to pick up. If you want, we can go with the bigger version. I'll go with the first one. Okay, let's see how next to one 10.13. Now earlier it was created with 10.12. Now I'm going to say continue. Okay, you can see the engine version is going to the current one is 10.12. Now is going to change the new value. Okay, you want to submit the following option. This will take few minutes. Okay, there is option one when to want to modify. We can schedule maintenance, and during the maintenance window we have already maintenance available for December 9th. Sometime if you want to change the maintenance window also, we can changeable. That is only customized one. Whenever you want, you can change the maintenance window. Okay, I don't want to wait for the maintenance window. I want to go with immediately, apply immediately. When you say apply immediately, let's see what is going to happen. But when you're trying to apply patches or updating, we have to take the backup. That's why we take the manual backups. Okay. If we click on here, let's see what the status is going to show. You can see database is going to upgrade. Okay. You can see the database is going to upgrading. So this will take I think uh, around 10 minutes of time. Okay. If you want to see the log files, if you want to see the log files, you can go to the logs and events tab. You can see here log file. Okay, here if you, this is a log file postgres log. If you want to see view, watch and download, if you want, you can download this one. Let's say click on this one. If you click on this one, it automatically download the log files here. Okay, it automatically download the log file. If you want to open, you can open the log file. You can see. Okay, okay, let's say for example, if you want to see, I want to see real monitoring. If you scroll down below, if you click on say watch, you can see the you can watch the log file. And I don't, okay, if you want to go with if you want to watch also, we can watch. You can see watch also, we can watch it. It's a real-time monitoring, we can watch it. It's a real-time monitoring, we can watch it. Okay, I want to show you one more thing. So this will take few minutes of time. This will take 10 minutes of time. Let's click on this one. Okay, let's pause the video, then I'll come back to you once done. Okay. You can see now we can see database the upgrade has been completed successfully. So you can see, go to the configuration management. You can see the engine version got changed from 10.12 to 10.13. Okay, this will take it's almost done. So changing the, but the ending, this will take few minutes. While doing the upgrade, if we can see the we can monitor the database also. So if you go to the monitoring, we can see what is the how much CPU and DB, what is the how many connections available, what is the free storage available. You can see we can monitor everything in the same dashboard itself only. Okay, there is a options there. You can go with for yeah, there is a lot of it there, but you can go with what is the network bandwidth during that time. So what is the throughput for the network throughput and read throughput and the queue depth. There is a lot of it there, but we can give, and what is the swap also. The swap is at the moment during the upgrade. Normal time also we can go ahead and monitor. Even if you want to make a customization also, we can go ahead and make a custom. If we click on this one, if you click on this one, for example, if we click on the, go to the CPU one, if you go to the CPU utilization, we can go with the last 1 hour or last 3 hours. You can go with the last 2 weeks also. Why? Because okay, so if you can see here, we can see that with timestamp, we can go with period between the 1 to 1 day. It's depend upon. Okay, you can see the metrics. So there's a lot of metrics type is available. CPU utilization, DB connection. Due to the DB connection, we can see how many connections available. How many connections means how many application team members are connected. Application team connections allowed to connect to the database. We can see everything. Okay, so you can see database update complete successfully. We saw the we can see the engine version got upgraded from 10.12 to 10.13. That's all from my end. This session. So the next session, what I'm going to discuss, I'm going to discuss about how we are going to restore from the database from backup, how we are going to delete this database, and again taking the backup and creating the one more database. Let's say, for example, doing the refresh from production to dev. Such way, I'll show you in a next session. Okay, if you guys like my video, please share and subscribe my channel. Thank you. Thanks so much.